Good day and welcome to today's video. And I kind of want to start this video just thanking everyone that clicked on this video and is choosing to watch it. I really appreciate it. And what I kind of want to talk about in the video for today is how important it is to have a community behind you, especially if you want to do something different like entrepreneurship, building a personal brand, or any of these things that isn't quite normal yet, that's like outside of just having a normal 9 to 5, actually building something for yourself. And some of the reasons why I think it's so important to have a community behind you when you're doing these things is it can be quite lonely, and for family and friends that you normally hang around with, normally around you, they can have a hard time understanding what you are doing, your vision. And also I think a lot of people have a hard time if they don't have these visions themselves or never chose to pursue them. They might have them, but for some reason it might be the fear of judgment of others or something else. They choose not to pursue their vision. They can have a hard time finding out why you should do this, why are you allowed to do this. And I also think that's a big factor that is stopping a lot of people is, why am I allowed to do this? Why am I different? Why should it work for me? And when you're in that stage when you have allowed yourself to pursue these things, I think it's very important to have like-minded people behind you. It can either be a LinkedIn, or for me in my case, especially I think the biggest community is the HTC community, the high ticket closing community from Dan Locke's program, where it's just a huge Facebook group of like-minded people. And most of the people in there are the people that have that vision and want to create something special. It might not be the same thing as me, but they're more understanding towards it, well, the 99% of people I speak to. And that's the importance of having this community. First thing, that you're able to go back and forth with people about ideas, like what you want to do, ideas that you have, things you want to pursue. And number two is that you're capable of also getting feedback from them and also get ideas from them on how you can do things and what kind of action steps you can use, what platforms can you use. It's kind of like a mastermind. So if you ever read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and if you're wanting to pursue a lot of things, you most likely have. And he also talks about the mastermind. So the community can serve in that way as well, having that mastermind you're able to consult with on what you should do and what you could do if it's a good idea, and just in general get ideas. And also it helps to create the idea into action plan when you actually have to explain it to other people besides just inside your own head. But I say the most important part of having a community behind you, and actually the motivation for making this video is I just had I had this problem yesterday of I was like, things were feeling weird, but I was just able to get on a call with Danny, a guy from the UK, also a great high ticket closer, and I was just able to explain my thoughts and my feelings towards him and just having a conversation with him, both about what kind of actions to take, but most importantly, being able to actually talk to him about what I was going through and the current stage, and with him asking questions and getting to know my feelings and my current stage even more. He was able to help me to find some answers to why this could be, and also it just helped me to feel a lot better, just in general, to have those people or that person that you can share your thoughts, your feelings with, just to get them out there, so you just don't lock them inside yourself and just have all these things locked up with inside yourself. And you just start tearing yourself down from the inside. You're actually able to get them out before that's happening, and you're also able to get help from like-minded people that, because parents and good friends, of course they want to help you, but they might be really hard to understand for them what you're currently going through. And if you're in a community of like-minded people and individuals that are just as ambitious as you and want to achieve greatness and want to do something unique, they're gonna have an easier time understanding you because they kind of in some way is pursuing the same thing. And with that, they're really able to understand your situation, also ask questions. And some of the places where you could generate a community, just to maybe give you an idea, if you don't feel you have a community, it's so important to just have that community, because that journey can be really lonely, because not a lot of people are willing to go on that journey, even if it's because of how much work it takes, or because of limiting beliefs, or some other reason. They're with your joining these Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, connecting with people on LinkedIn, or even if it's Instagram, you're able to find these people all around the world that's kind of similar to you in mindset and again ambitions, and they're gonna have a lot easier time understanding you, and you're just gonna feel a different connection to these people. At least this is in my experience, just because again you can talk about the visions and it doesn't feel like they think you're crazy, which is actually a good thing, as 99% of people think you're crazy, I believe, because then you're on the right path, because then you're doing something so outside the box, which is very good if you have these ambitions. But these people don't think you're crazy. They are because they kind of have something similar going on. So I would strongly encourage you just to build connections, get people on the phone, meet people one-on-one. Of course, messaging is great, and especially now with voice messaging, you're really able to get your point across a lot easier. Or you can even send a video question, like for example, if you use WhatsApp, especially if it's international, it makes it a lot easier and also a lot cheaper. You're able to shoot up even if a 5-minute video, if you don't need that long. But this example, a 1 minute video question, and it might be easier for you to explain it that way, or do it via voice instead of just the text. But I would say the most important thing is the meetups, and also just having that one-on-one chat with people if it's on the phone, since that is definitely the easiest, unless you kind of live in the same city. But for example, if they live in a different city in a different country, just being able to get on either Discord, Facebook Messenger, voice communication that way, WhatsApp, Skype. There's so many platforms out there. You probably know a lot more than I just mentioned to you. But the people are actually willing to take the time, and of course it's a mutual beneficial relationship, because both you're gonna be able to share your feelings with them. They're gonna be able to share their feelings with you. And you're also going to become a better listener and learn a lot of things from that, just by asking those questions and actually having those conversations. And you can have some very profound aha moments. And sometimes it might not only be sharing the feelings, your plans. It might also just be sharing something you learned from an influencer like Gary Vee, Dan Locke, Tony Robbins, and just sharing that with them. And that also helps you to get a better understanding of what you've learned from their video or their podcast. At least it does in my experience. I think that is actually what I wanted to cover in this video. I've got my thoughts across, and I really hope that I at least am able to help one person with this video, and motivate at least one person to go out and just start building that community, or joining a community, however you see best fit. And until next time, keep crushing it. And remember, it's important to have like-minded people around you. You're the average of your 5 best friends.